And we already have an issue pregame with one of the shot clocks above one of the baskets not working properly. So that will be out. The shot clock will be off to the side of the floor. On this Play for K game, Stanford, of course, wearing the pink accents today. And this really lines up as the Stanford inside game, Steph, against the UCLA perimeter game. And the pull-up is good for Osborne.
It absolutely does. And Corey Close talking to us about how her guards need to be aggressive downhill, but they got to stop in the mid-range.
There's a look at the starting five for Stanford with the best front line in the country in Cameron Brink and Kiki Iriafen as Hannah jump scores off the window. They are the only two teammates in the nation that both average double-doubles. And for UCLA, no bets, and her backup, Lena Zontak, is also out. She is with the German national team trying to qualify for the Olympics next summer. So it will be a much smaller lineup, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for UCLA. Coach Corey Close talked about hunting for space for them offensively.
Yeah, I think they can spread the floor, get into a lot of other actions, but they've got to defend the paint. And missing Lauren Betts on the defensive end is critical. Her size, her ability to alter shots and be a presence.
That's Elena Bazgana. London Jones with the miss. She is their top outside shooter. And the turnover for the Cardinal. Tara VanDerveer did not like her team's offensive execution in that loss on Friday night to USC. And of course, she knows a thing or two with those 1,205 wins. And they are nearly unbeatable here at home. So that was a stunner Friday night. They have not lost back-to-back home games in 7 years.
On Beth in that matchup in the fourth quarter, their defense was pretty good. They just could not buy a bucket offensively.
Yeah, we're going to watch them offensively. It was one of their poorest shooting nights and scoring nights of the season. Iriafen, they're getting to the rim early.
But right off the top, you see no Lauren Betts. Stanford looking to exploit.
Defense forces the turnover. Talana Lapolo with her head up down the floor. Jump, one of the best three-ball shooters in the history of the Pac-12. And it's an 8-0 Stanford run, and Corey Close calls a timeout. So they started out 14-0. They got to number 2 in the country, the highest in school history, and now have lost 3 of their last 6.
For the absence of Lauren Betts, losing a couple of players to national teams and injuries at this point in the year. And this is a stretch right now where Corey Close just wants to continue to help her team grow. They want to be peaking at the right time, but they've got to find some consistency with no Lauren Betts on the floor.
Yeah, reports in Los Angeles where she had returned to practice this week. Nothing as to when she might return to the court with the team. Lauren Betts, their 6'7" center, has been out now for the 4th game. No timetable for her return just yet.
Yeah, got to go right into the post. That is a mismatch all day long.
Osborne looks to push tempo. Long rebound gets the Bruins another possession. Back out top to Kiki Rice. They're good all-around point guard. 12 points a game, 5 boards, 5 assists. And Osborne knocks it down. One of the most improved players in the nation. Hard off the back iron mill. Charisma will try for 3 more and knock it down.
Now Charisma Osborne is the hot hand. They got to continue to keep feeding her.
She's already got 10 here in the first quarter. All the points for the Bruins coming from Osborne. Brink faces up. By Lapolo to close out on the shooter. 1 on the shot clock. Hawkeyes has to jack. Good defensive set there.
And the spacing just not good. You got to drive. You could have had a little pocket pass to Iwala. But Brown is standing just on the opposite block, and there's no space. Cameron Brink's able to just pack it in.
Iriafen. Kiki's an 80% free throw shooter. Place in the ACC. These two tied. Louisville, a game up on NC State and Virginia. That's on KAL Court at Reynolds Coliseum tomorrow night.
And how about the Wolfpack? I think they have to be the surprise team in the country this season.
They have Louisville tomorrow night. Great job that Jeff Walls has done coaching that club. And then Virginia Tech on Thursday. So a lot of the ACC is going to play out here in the next 5 days. Iriafen, unstoppable.
Keep her from getting that low block position.
Can the other Bruins help Osborne? She is the only one that has scored so far. Iwala now joins her. Brink faces up. Osborne has the rebound. Blocked. Courtney Ogden taking the first punch and getting back up off the deck and keeping things close here in the first quarter.
Well, they've got a great leader in Charisma Osborne, and they like to look for her out of all these out-of-bounds plays as well. So keep an eye on her to get a touch.
There she is. Rice swings it around to Dugalich. You've got to respect her three-point shot. Brink with the block on the over-penetration and gets another. The active leader in the country and the reigning defensive player of the year with a couple of swats.
Had 8 blocks in that loss on Friday to USC. I think 5 of them were in the first half.
Jump. Floats. Brink comes down with it. Second chance points for Stanford. Shot clock is off now for UCLA. Osborne uses the screen. Rice off the bounce. Short. And the Stanford Cardinal.
Do you sing that song as well?
I love the Clash.
Yep.
Almost as much as my husband does.
Right here, isolating the backside.
As we expected, a big advantage in the paint for Stanford. And for UCLA, they are hanging on Charisma Osborne's every shot. The rest of the team is 1 for 11. Osborne has 10 of their 12 points. Again, no Lauren Betts in the lineup. Missing her 4th straight game due to undisclosed medical reasons.
15.5 points a ball game, almost 9 boards, leads the nation in field goal percentage, but just her presence to be able to run things through her on the offensive end, space the floor. Every scouting report is designed to contain her, and her presence on the defensive end of the floor.
I like what Corey Close is doing here in the second quarter. They're going to throw a lot of pressure at Stanford if they can with the limited bench as Brink scores inside. But sometimes a lot of ball pressure hurts Stanford. Got to do something to try and shake this up. Stanford now enjoying its biggest lead of the day.
Very stagnant offensively for UCLA.
Hawkes, the kick out to the Leach.
Yeah, Stanford's doing a really good job of finding the mismatch. Where is the small defender? Which post player? Give him a touch. Let him go to work. Oh, that's too easy.
On the run, Iriafen finishes the second time. To the Leach. Short. Rapolo's got it. Right back into Kiki.
Got the mismatch on the backside. Cameron Brink.
Faces up. Goes baseline. Up and under.
Agree.
I'll give it to her today.
Yes.
Lauren Betts, you just saw the numbers. Speaking of big girls, she's out again. And a huge difference.
When the game plan is about Lauren Betts and multiple defenders go to Lauren Betts.
London Jones at the free throw line.
Too much dribbling. Got to get the ball moving.
Backs inside. Goes in. On the bounce. Got to be worried about where Brink is, and Cameron was able to bother the shot.
It's tough when you're playing two-man with Cam Brown. As Iriafen gets another rim run. They're tired. They're tired. Right now, finally, the last two green jerseys getting across half court.
Osborne, donate at payow.com. And said, you guys try this pizza with blue cheese. They're going to order something else. As it turns out, the Tara K.Yao pizza made them sick, food poisoning. And both ended up with IVs in the hospital. Jones has the shot blocked. The fund has already awarded over $8 million in support of scientific research.
There's great recognition by the Stanford guards to be able to get it to her.
A rare miss for
timing on that. Hawkins was open.
Jones probes. Can they get anything in the paint with Brink now out of the game? They'll kick it back out. Jones fouled on the three. Last 3 games better than 50% from downtown.
The length of Stanford, their ability to close out and get a hand up.
Boy, this NCAA tournament's just going to be wide open behind South Carolina right now.
And all the conference tournaments are going to be exciting.
Gamecocks remain the lone unbeaten.
And again, this is what you want to see with your Tara VanDerveer. Production from multiple players. Young players getting meaningful minutes, coming in and impacting the ball game.
Rattled in. Aguera, the freshman from Minnetonka, Minnesota, hits. Hawkins with the spin. The story of this one has been the best front line in college basketball. Iriafen and Brink doing their thing inside. Harrell with the nice handle. And UCLA just not able to find the bottom of the bucket. Iwala with the finish.
Well, if you're Corey Close, you've got to talk to your team about weathering the storm. All right, we've got to come out and we've got to fight, we've got to claw. It's about us, right? It's about continuing to get better. That's how they're going to have to score. In transition, getting the ball and the defense to shift and get some open looks.
2-second difference shot in game clock. Shot clock down at this end of the floor is off above the basket, so the shot clock is over in the corner of the floor. Countdown by the crowd. Again! Got it! The freshman with the handle to finish up a huge first. They have led pretty much throughout. Charisma Osborne has been the highlight for UCLA. She has 13 points in that first half. And let's see if they come out with a spark here to open up the second half as Brink immediately gets a touch inside for 2.
Just the passing is too easy. She's catching it. She's getting to where she wants to go. There's no resistance, not a lot of ball pressure. When you're small, you've got to find a way to be disruptive.
Osborne off the mark, and Brink now already with a double-double. 10 points, 10 boards. Boy, the star power around the country has been fun to watch, hasn't it? With the likes of Caitlin Clark and the emergence of JuJu.
The improvements that she's been able to make. She's confident, she's strong, she's aggressive. I mean, she's at 12 points and over 7 boards a ball game from a year ago. And that's commitment. Commitment to just being.
Rice has it blocked by Brink. Cameron going to work on a smaller defender and a foul on Brown. Tell me you got kids without telling me you got kids. Brink. The best all-around games in the country this year. 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 blocks on Friday for Brink. Of course, everybody's still chasing South Carolina a win again today. After all they lost, the job that Dawn and her staff have done and those players stepping up into bigger roles,
they've been incredible. And retooling how they play. When they're thinking about the post.
It's coming up next Sunday, UConn at Stanford. Number 5, NC State and number 16, LS.
Boy, that team has come together. They're balanced, they're tough. They share the basketball. And always a special time, as you mentioned, their KO games.
Brink gets down low on the
Got the ball on the weak side.
Cam and Kiki, 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 4 block shots. Brown missed a gimme, up and in. Trying to get after it on the glass. Work their way back in it. They need stops. Hughes trying to get to Brink. Cameron too.
She works for her position, but then she goes into the defender when she goes to the rim. She's using her strength. Oftentimes she's been labeled a finesse player, but she is equally power.
His floats went up, and well, that's something she's had to learn, adjust to, because you know opponents are always going to try and be physical with her. Nice backdoor jump. That's the kind of team basketball that Tara was talking to us about pregame. Getting back to the way that Stanford does things.
And she was certainly disappointed, but she also reminded us that, hey, it's not about winning and losing, as LaPola.
Rice gets into the lane. Able to track down the loose ball. Nope, stepped on the end.
40-8 advantage in the paint. They're getting high percentage looks. They're moving the ball from side to side. I'm sure they were challenged, and that was not an easy film to watch, I'll bet you. Off of that USC loss, and it's a team that has responded, I'm sure, in a way that Tara VanDerveer wanted them to.
Yeah, she wanted to see a much different.
January into early February, that's kind of the dog days of college basketball before you turn the corner and head downhill to the postseason.
Tara with a 1,205 career wins. Mike Krzyzewski. Gino Auriemma's what amazing night it was when she did pass Coach K to set the new record. Said the only disappointment was she was supposed to go home and play bridge with her mom on the internet. And because the post-game festivities ran so long, she missed out on taking some cash from mom. And missed out on the bridge game. Bozgana with a nice...
Had a big party for her afterwards.
Yeah.
And she had a short night up in GMA early in the morning. That jacket, though.
Oh,
and how special just to have so many notable alum back in town to celebrate her legacy.
Hawkeyes with winning 70% of the regular season and tournament titles over the last 37 years of Pac-12 basketball. Jones hits for three. Clardy off the bounce. Scoops it up and in. And cannot get it to go.
And getting a couple of big-time wins. Getting hot at the right time.
Colorado a winner today over Washington, so the Buffs now a half a game up on Stanford. Although USC a win over Cal this afternoon. JuJu Watkins had 29.
That's it? Just 29?
We're getting spoiled.
She never gets rushed.
No, it's great for the game. Not that anybody is ready to pass the torch just yet, but it's nice to know that recent years, you know, the guards, Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, so good for so long. You hate to see the breakup, but it's coming. All the talk about Caitlin Clark, where does she fit in all time, right? She would likely be the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history. But so many great players over the years. Swatted by Brink. Wouldn't she love to add her name to the list of West Coast legends?
My goodness. Oh my goodness, Cameron Brink. Like, we're talking about the blocks that go straight down, like inside the volleyball 10-foot line, right? Like, just coming at you, keeping it in play, saving the possession. Don't bring that in here.
Block number 5 on the day for Brink. In Brown, Brink with a breakaway, and didn't get her steps just right for a dunk attempt, but gets the bucket anyway.
Oh my goodness, what a pass too.
Kugaluch rattles it in. Brink, Iriafen trying to tip it to herself. Rice mid-range, got it. Year of college basketball. Hopefully that's building towards a wild NCAA tournament. Five and a half to go. Cameron Brink out of the ball game. She may be done for the day for Stanford with another double-double. And just off to beat the Maine undefeated. Cameron Brown, no. Brink is back out there. What a turnaround for South Carolina's offense this year. Anyway, their defense continues to rock.
To continue to bring in players who move the needle, who challenge her, who she can challenge and coach. And
that's a big day, too, for UConn, as they want to try and position themselves better for the postseason. At NC State, you can support the K-Out Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Donate at KYOW.com. Change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Wolfpack taking on Louisville for first place in the ACC.
Perspective. Corey Close was talking about her team and about failure, and it's K-Out quote of life's gonna kick you, let it kick you forward. You want to fail forward, want to continue to grow, have a growth mindset.
And let's see the paint points. 50-12 the advantage for the Card. And we get ready, Steph, for the most important promo that I will read today. Maria Sharapova. Chris Fowler and Andy Roddick on the call. Coverage of Pickleball Slam 2 begins at 8:30 Eastern. Pressure out there. Like, people that like pickleball are pretty fanatical about pickleball.
They are. And the kids like it too. So it's something we can do together as a family.
There you go.
We don't have to move too far, so.
No. That's a 10-second violation.
Although I keep getting caught looking at this shot clock down here.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, we thought there might be a technical foul issued to the home side, but that didn't happen pregame. Rice knocks in another one.
Well, UCLA continuing with this full-court pressure. And
hey, you gotta love the fight. That's a carry. That's another turnover there.
You sure do. And Corey Close talks about mindset. An aggressive mindset. Wants to continue to challenge her team from that standpoint.
So as it stands here, after Colorado's win earlier today, Stanford will keep pace, even though the Bucks have the tiebreak atop the Pac-12 standings. As Stanford aims to pick up a 23rd consecutive 20-win season with a victory here today.
just took one off the books for me.
That's a good Rebecca question. Do the bigs get mad about losing a block just like guards get mad about losing the assist?
I'm sure they do,
I would guess so, yes.
Or like when a guard comes in and steals the rebound.
Hate that. Brink, coast to coast, Cameron Brink and a foul.
To compete for her teammates, how much she loves the game. When you love it, it doesn't feel like work.
It could be one heck of a WNBA draft, depending on which of the big-name players chooses to stay and which choose to go. And a hand for Brink. Her folks loving it. Courtside. Her day done with 19 points, 20 rebounds, and 5 blocks.
1 minute remaining.
Jones
London Jones for 3.
knocks down the triple. Stanford will improve to 20-3. UCLA will fall to 17-4. And a 4th loss now in their last 7 games. Of course, it is against tougher opposition as well. A lot of ranked teams in the last few weeks.
First person on number 1, Kiki Rice.
You look at some of the wins that they had in the non-conference. UConn, Florida State, Ohio State. Besting USC in that first matchup.
Still a very good resume.
Still a very good resume, but it's about peaking at the right time and finding your rhythm. There's no doubt about it. And for the Cardinal, that tough matchup here at home against Duke, I think challenged them right away. And they knew you don't have an opportunity to let your foot off the gas, right? You got to come to play every day. Certainly a tough, disappointing loss against Gonzaga, but have been fairly consistent up until that loss that VanDerveer was not happy with.
Yeah.
The way they played offensively, didn't feel like they shared the basketball. Challenged them in film sessions and have responded here this afternoon.
Ewala in and out, and a foul on the rebound. Nunu Aguera. He's got 9 today off the bench.
.22 for the Stanford bench combined, and something else that VanDerveer was saying she needed from her team.
UCLA still scrapping, and now the final 10 seconds of this one. And the Stanford Cardinal with a nice bounce back. And they take down UCLA in this top 10 Pac-12 showdown. 80-60 your final.